I'm giving myself a get out. I'm giving myself a clause
nice. So
where
like,
I can just rip the contract in two.
But like, here's all the reasons why I don't believe this.
Harry, you got to play both sides.
To try and like distance yourself from having too much of an opinion.
You got to play both sides.
That's pretty smart.
You always come out on top.
That's pretty smart, right?
Mega brain.
Yeah, no, you know, for my money, when I look at this one, the thing that does concern me a little is I believe that there is actually a chance for a fnatic 2-0.
Yeah,
right?
sure.
I think if this goes 3 maps, and you know, if we end up going all the way to Overpass, that is actually how Eternal Fire win this.
Yeah.
At least that's how I kind of look at it. And so that means this Dust2 pick going to need to get locked in. We're underway now, and Alex already running the gauntlet in towards top middle.
It's so Alex, isn't it? It's so Alex. Poison's even with him. But Eternal Fire, they spot it, and fnatic do decide to peel back. They won't commit. They wait for Calyx to come out lower. And so fnatic are actually given a get out in that one. Contract torn in half. Eternal Fire will now have to perform their own play, and it's popping out mid with a flashbang. They've got to smoke if they want to use it on a mid to B, but they have to commit with it. It's their only bit of utility. xFloud lining it up right now, in it goes, and they won't commit with it. It's all a fake out. It's all a psych. Have fnatic been rumbled?
Oh, flash over. Poison, the only man inside of the site, won't have support from Crims either, as he's having to hold down the long component of this ramp. Turn on a dime out of Crims, and he's dealt with the second man in. Even though Xantares does quell Poison, there's still a lot more where that came from. xFloud 1v3 when this started, gets it down to the 1v2, but Alex is deep out short and will get the better of him. fnatic, they come in swinging. I think that's a really, really nice pistol round out of Crims. That gets me all sorts of excited.
Yeah.
And they're going to go 1-0 up, looking to get off to a good start here on Dust2.
That's a top 10 Glock moment for Emor, right? He baits his teammate out long. That was all part of the plan. Crims gets the first pick, and then Crims stops looking at long. He thinks, all right, it's 4-up cat. I killed the long lurker, and he goes back to the bomb site. Emor late peeks, catches Crims looking the wrong way, and still doesn't close the kill. Yeah, a great flick from Crims, no doubt, but that had to be for Emor if Eternal Fire were going to win the round. That was the insurance policy. So fnatic with a pistol, scouts down mid, really going to challenge Woxic. Poison certainly seems up for the task, but he's been tagged early. Eternal Fire with the corner smoke will take long. Full control right now. Going right through fnatic's utility. We even had, I see the coloured smokes on the HUD now, so you know which team threw them, if I recall. Looked like it. So nice little update there from PGL, keeping this HUD fresh. Woxic. Oh, he usually hits that, but he was just moving before the peak came in. Poison's been given a second chance, and God, fnatic are really hungry to take these fights, aren't they? They're confident. That screams good sign, but Woxic finishes what he started in middle.
Oh, Xantares up and past the A1S in CT. Pepzor trying his best to hold down the site. Gonna drop this smoke, play around it, just trying to buy time, right? Knows he's probably screwed in the long run, and the nade will seal the deal on his fate. Now Mezzy on the short side. Alongside him is Crims. They've reclaimed this 2-on-3, dealing with that fourth man as Xantares that was trying to get up into the site. Smoke out.
Stick it.
Mezzy gonna look to try and fight around this Crims with him. Still a rough spot to be in. Eternal Fire on this Force Spire looking good. Looking like they've probably got this one as Crims is tagged up by the scout. He's gonna have to get out of there. Hold on to this A1S. He's actually going back in. Kind of ballsy. Takes one to the grave with him and now does look to run away. Eternal Fire. Instant response. It's Woxic doing the bulk of the damage. Him and xFloud having a lovely round between the two of them.
Yeah, nice to see them not panic when they got stuck in that really awkward 4-on-4 where they're trapped at ramp. Emo has 10 health with the bomb, but he doesn't want to try and jump up into Crim's vision. And Eternal Fire don't panic. They call on Calyx to cross. He's given the bomb. He's full health. He doesn't need to worry about nades coming in, perhaps. And Eternal Fire just sit back and relax and let Woxic do what he does best. Scoped kills will convert a force.
Yeah, it kind of wouldn't surprise me if well, I think one or two things is going to happen with Woxic today. I think either we're going to get a real banger out of him individually, or one of his quieter games, because obviously he kind of has a bit of a point to prove in some abstract way, right? He was the first like proper departure out of the Cloud9 project, and obviously was alongside Alex and Mezzy there.
Yeah.
I think there's that part of him that wants to show, even looking back to that, it was unjust. And that he still very much has what it takes. He can do that in more ways than one, obviously, now being at the helm of this team, right? He can either have a phenomenal performance in terms of the numbers, or he can outcool Alex, the more veteran, seasoned IGL.
No
Mezzy tag with the scout.
Hello.
This is starting to get out of hand. Finally, they turn around. They looked so confused as to what was happening and where they were getting shot from. Crim's getting long ramp. It's a whiffed spray to begin with, but Calyx will get it under control.
I don't know how they win that round with the smoke spam from Crim's. X-Floud like doubles back into the spray. Then the scout drops mid, and Xantares is looking at the CT smoke. He had absolutely no idea where he was dying to. So a very panicked round for Eternal Fire, but they do convert it. They do shut it down. Crims is looking solid, right? You called that in the pistol. It's holding to be true even here. And Mezzy is a firepower player for this Fnatic team. Get him. Nice, Woxic, good save. Yeah, for sure. The question, a lot of the eyes are on Woxic right now. Can he perform? And that's even harder as something that we talk about as an AWPing in-game leader, knowing you need to be staring down the scope at all times, but also, you need to be micro a little bit, especially on those T sides, on rotates, on, making sure your players are trading, just knowing where to end up off the info your team give you. So it's a lot of pressure for someone like Woxic, but I think there's no better chance to prove it than here at the RMR, facing elimination, trying to send Fnatic home. That would be a big dub if they can do it. Still a big if. 2-1 right now, bit of a techie. Fnatic on a full eco. We were talking the other day in that other Eternal Fire game about Issa, alongside our players leaving for a while and coming back, someone like Woxic who went fairly inactive for a bit. I looked at Issa's Twitter. He hasn't played a pug since October last year, but he did tweet in March, about a month ago, that he was trying to come back to CS and he was looking for opportunities. I missed that tweet, but yeah, Issa is trying to get back into CS, which is a good sign. Shout out Issa one time. Definitely a talented player. Obviously never really worked in Eternal Fire. From Jordan, he tried to join this team and they tried to accommodate him and teach him a bit of Turkish perhaps, but very, very difficult learning a language to join a roster. And I think it always was inevitable for Eternal Fire that they would have to go full Turkish eventually, and they did. But, Issa, fluent in English, so keep that in mind, potential org owners. Free agent.
Yeah. Is this
I'm selling Issa coin. I'm selling Issa coin.
I know Issa.
No, I just think
this is, I think, the third, maybe third, or maybe second day in a. No, it is the third day of you repping the guy.
No, it's second day. I did it on the other Eternal Fire game because him and Woxic, pretty old duo there. And also, you talk about free agents, very talented player, literally a free agent as far as I'm aware, not in a contract, and I think has more to prove in this server. So,
all right,
I don't see any reason why I wouldn't mention it, Harry.
All right.
People asking where be Issa. Issa be waiting. He'd be on the bench. He'd be chilling.
Yeah. Are the people
Issa.
Asking Gungans?
My PayPal's yeah.
That was like you've seen Star Wars, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Like Jar Jar Binks, right?
Sure,
because you're like saying like where be Issa, like he kind of would speak like that. You kind of sound
like Yoda, sort of.
Like kind of like Yoda. There's actually a lot of similarities, and there is this whole kind of running theory that actually
I've seen this one.
you know, Jar Jar is like the main bad guy
Yeah.
of the Star Wars cinematic universe.
See, I don't really concern myself with these theories.
No?
No.
Why not?
Don't really care about Star Wars. Sorry to break it to you. I won't get on Lord of the Rings now. I don't want to tilt too many people.
Look, man.
It's a good film.
Liking popular culture isn't a personality. Sorry, disliking popular culture isn't a personality trait.
I'm gonna try and make it. I'm gonna try and make it
You know?
binary. Gotta own it. Anyway, about Issa.
No, right. Let's not talk about this. So right now,
Wow.
there's some FPS problems, right? That's why we've taken this little pause.
Classic.
Yeah,
Log address _ add space 1.
I'd like to think they've already tried that.
Yeah, maybe.
But Hugo, man, if you want to go be an admin as well as like the Issa man,
Yeah.
you can feel free.
Does it mean I don't have to cast with you
I'll
anymore?
cast with Blair. I'll
Yeah.
find someone else. And he's watched Lord of the Rings, so we would have that to talk about right now. Unlike me and you, who don't seem to have a lot in common anymore.
Harry, liking popular culture isn't a personality trait. Sorry to break it to you, bud. Always the worst to have this tech 3 rounds in, right? You don't even have enough of the game to feast your eyes on, to know what's gone down. It's been pretty standard so far. 4-spy win for Eternal Fire. And now they should start to run away with some early rounds. Should being the key. Nothing is guaranteed, Harry. Not in Counter-Strike, at least. Let's talk about the other games today, though. Obviously, there's a lot of teams that we're sending home this afternoon. Saw and Fours are playing it out on the mainstream right now. It's 2-1, though, in that game. So, winning game, qualifying for the major. It's still a second chance. There's a possibility that the winner of this game would even face the loser of that one. But we're back in. Full eco. Let's go.
Yeah, nothing should really go wrong here. You've got one flash on Crims. Gonna try and pop the rest of the gang out into middle to go fight Xantares, but he's already gotten away, evaded capture, and I think he's got a bit of a read as to what the idea was in this eco round. Rest of Fnatic, they've left short. They don't lay down their lives like Pepsaur and Poison did, and instead they wait to die a little bit later inside of the A site. How heroic.
Well, we've all got to die by the end, Harry. That's the goal. Maybe not the goal, but, the inevitability. You got to accept it, especially
Cheers,
on
man.
those full
Nothing
ecos.
like the knowledge of my own mortality reminded to me during a lovely little game of Counter-Strike.
Online. 3-1, and the AWP is out for Poison, but Woxic, he's not been boosted. He's just going for this dry pick. He's got a player ready to throw him up on top if needed. Emo saying, please, get on my head. Oh, but he couldn't. He couldn't get out. Poison, very quick shot, delayed that peek into middle. Fnatic also using HEs to cross. Not quite as safe as a smoke, but pretty good if you know your timings. And yeah, definitely against Woxic, you want to be careful. Look at the space Antares has. He doesn't know it. Could have gone all the way up Cat there, but Alex has come back rather from the long side. What are you laughing at? Nothing happened. It's clean. 5-on-4 for Fnatic, and Eternal Fire out mid.
Yeah, Emor scoped with the AWP. He's going to land a tag on the Crims.
You cool?
Yeah, I'm all fine. And now they're going to start to tiptoe down into the lower tunnels. Maybe we're going to try their hand at a mid to B. They do still have this long player who's starting to back away. And so it looks like we might be getting the mid to B after all. Mezzy here, Crims alongside him. Dude, I don't know. This B-hold is two terrifying names. And Crims is actually getting aggressive, dropping the bomb with only 40 seconds left on the clock. That is a bounty of information. It's going to trigger aggression on the long side out of Fnatic. And so Pepsaur gets that one for free. Mezzy goes 1-for-1. It does leave low HP Crims here having to hold the line. but he'll do exactly that.
I just expected a lot faster rounds for Eternal Fire. I don't know why. I just thought, you know, Turkish players on Dust2, some of the aims we have on this team, that they'd just be committing with hard long pops. But Fnatic don't respect the cooling right now, and their aggression is really annoying, right? From Poison early peeking mid, a fight that rarely favors CTs, even now with that new middle on Dust, and Pepsol pushing long. Yes, it's off the info that Crims gets on B, but the fact that Crims makes that play with 20 health is bonkers anyway. It's exciting from Fnatic, very impressive, very aggressive, and Eternal Fire are going to try and speed things up, taking Cat quick. Woxic's still open for a jump cross mid, but Poison, he's gone back to a safer position. That run boost doesn't work because they were blinded. Anymore. Oh dear. Third time's a charm, they say. Woo! Clean.
Still, you know, he's run boosted over. That part is true. Will that spare him from Poison's AWP? Oh, maybe it will.
Oh,
Poison.
how?
Hop, skip, and a jump. Narrowly gets out of there. Oh, that was a big chance at an opener for Eternal Fire, right? Not every day that Poison kind of misses a sitter like that one. But they weren't able to convert the kill. You would have loved it. That would have given you so much freedom to pick up the pace into an A play, and instead, you're going to be left hanging around waiting for more opportunities to arise when Fnatic, last thing I imagine they do here is get too overzealous. They know they've lost mid for a while. I think there's kind of temptation going through Poison's mind.
No way.
Take a peek, the flash in the doors is beautiful. Pepsol with the opener, and now Alex inside of the site. They're going to do another flash setup here. Both trying to make it nice and easy for one another. However, no kill for Alex. Flashes make things super awkward. Pepsol's even like creeping across at the crossroads. This is so peculiar. And he's managed to get very, very deep with Alex fighting alongside him. It was all on Woxic, and that ends up being a flawless round out of Fnatic.
Dude, I'm loving what Alex is doing right now on the CT side. He's floating, he's setting his team up with flashes. I mean, that's a crazy play. Like, Fnatic just know what every round is for Eternal Fire. That's the issue with these slowdowns in the mid round. You got to do it on Dust sometimes, but yeah, that's just a perfect read for Alex. Pops Pepsol with a flash. Calyx doesn't move. He doesn't try and escape. He doesn't try and tuck close. He doesn't even shoot. He just stands there and dies. It's a bit of a shame to see. Just thought it was an info flash perhaps, but Fnatic are very proactive right now on the CT side, and it's glorious. There's a nade for the cross. That's going to get Fnatic over. It keeps their smoke for the B site as well, and that goes right into the tunnels. It's a molly rather, making sure Eternal Fire can't rush. And Crims, he's been wanting to do this all day, you know, coming in through lower. No one here. They're all upper tons right now. Resmoke, they can go through. Eternal Fire don't have to respect that with a good flash over the top. They'll be fine, but Crims is going to be very quick backstabbing, even if Mezzy dies.
Could get weird. Mezzy's still holding this flash. They're going to get pretty deep, but Mezzy, oh, needs the double. Another man up close will eventually overwhelm him. It's Zantares getting the kill to open up a chance at the B plant. Crims is already in the window.
Good luck planting.
4 on 2. Util raining in to deny that plant. Oh, they might get it under the window. Fnatic give them respect. So that's a bit of a cash injection at least, but can you make it any more than that? Woxic with the AK, Zantares, that's a clean tap on the tech, and now he's got himself set up in tunnels.
No.
A missed shot for Poison, and Zantares taps him out of the round. Zantares is on a tear here. 3 kills, gonna need the ace if he wants to win it, but he's looking clean. It's on that second swing that he's eventually punished, and so finally they're able to reel him in.
Damn, if he re-peaked on Woxic, he could have actually traded that first kill and been in a one-on-one. That was really nice try for Zantares. But yeah, Woxic out of ammo at the back of the bomb site. Hey, he just had to plant. You talked about how Fnatic gained respect. They didn't need to. If they ran in off of that plant sound, they could have just killed Woxic. Zantares had a Tech 9 at that point in the middle of the open. So, you know, a bit of respect for Fnatic, a rare sign, but ultimately they're just there for the winning round, for the recipe to find 4. Fnatic cook up another. Eternal Fire, good eco, but AWP needs to get the pick, and Woxic's been mollied and smoked by his team as well. Woxic probably wanted to hold in that molly for another second, but Anyway, the smoke saves him from getting damage, and Poison's push B. He's been all over the map with this AWP so far. Now with a B play, Pepsor, he's even getting a bit angsty up in the smoke, and Calix will punish him. Dear oh dear. You'll notice Alex is trying to mega brain that. He threw a nade behind the door as Pepsor pushed in, just to really cover the fact that he was getting aggressive. But Eternal Fire have realized it. They've called it. Fnatic are not respecting us, and this default is paying off right now. Oh, no more for xFloud. Messi trades it. Keeps B alive, but it's only going to send Eternal Fire back into this A site. Alex is full blind. One more man here. Crims, kill him, you win the round. It's as simple as that. Molotov, oh dear, he's trapped. He didn't get his out in time. He'd rather take the fight and he wins it, but tapped out from long will give Eternal Fire this control. Mezzi's going to get backstabbed, even if he gets a kill here. Zantara's just there for the winning round, and that's a lovely one out of Eternal Fire. Good patience, paying off. Fnatic get a bit ahead of themselves as things were flowing. And Eternal Fire come back in with a winner.
Yeah, that's a little more like it, right?
Indeed.
Well, tack pause for Fnatic. Not really content with how that one ends up panning out. I've got to say, you know, we kind of come into this bigging up Poison. I was expecting him to hit the ground running, especially with it being Dust2, right? He's had a pretty rough go at it to open this one up. Luckily enough, you know, it's not been the strongest of starts from Woxic either on the other side. So, you know, maybe that gives him a little more room, but he's going to need to start taking some of that room eventually. Woxic gives the AWP to Calix to try and open this round up. Had the long spawn, but shot does not connect. Smoking his way now, and so, you know, the attempt at the long pick not to be realized as he respond with the smoke and actually plays the gap between them. This is nice, right? When you're kind of lobbing that smoke in, if you're Eternal Fire, if you're not planning to use it, you're hoping it puts the fear in Fnatic. You know, it's a good little one way to give you like the jump up outside of the tunnels to play over the top of it. And so with him re-smoking and playing the gap in between, you just let him know that no one's actually using that B smoke. Don't have to start panicking if you're Fnatic. Double setup in middle. This is going to be rough for Eternal Fire to get through.
Oh, leg spotted. Nice little gap for Alex, and Crims swings off that contact. There's even more in middle as Crims falls. Mezzi. Oh, what a check. Xantares is so aware about the triple setup, and he deals well with it. 4-3, and Fnatic, they could argue a save here unless Pepsor picks mid, and he does. Woxic could not escape in time. Zantara's is trapped, but this is the guy you want trapped, because in the cage he turns into quite an animal. Another headshot, flank from middle. xFloud covers out lower, and Poison would have loved to save, but he goes swinging in for kills. Eternal Fire find 5, and Xantares is coming alive. Forget AWPs.
Yeah, to back in that, you know, Dig matchup, he really was one of the guys who helped propel them into the many overtimes that we got, and then it was kind of a late activation out of Calix that really helped seal the deal. You can see there the A-Stream update. Looked like Forza were up in the lead.
Yeah, 12-3 on third map. That's for a major spot. Forza stealing it. Oh, got a clear corner, Zemor. Little USP tapping him out. Wants the map, but now he's stuck in the corner. Is there a molly? Xantares is probably calling for it. Woxic, help. Get it in ya. It's a free kill if you get a molly around this corner. Woxic won't be doing it though. Not in a hurry to chase that frag, and Crims is given a route out. I'm shocked by that, to be honest. Maybe Eternal Fire thought there was going to be a crunch. They peeled all the way back to lower, but they could have got that trade for free.
Okay, if they go B, this round is totally fine.
Yeah.
And it's saved, and you don't even worry, and Eternal Fire should be up onto 6. And luckily enough, they go in B, so we shouldn't even have to worry. Mezzi, all alone here. just with the USP, you know, be impressive if he gets a kill, but very, very unlikely. And xFloud will lock him out. You know, if you're Fnatic, you may as well look at this one. You may as well try to do some damage. You're going to be investing in the next anyway. And it's just these pistols after all. If you're able to keep them trapped in the site, that would also be a thing of beauty. Try and get some of these guys dead to the bomb. And 2 USP dinks. That could do the work. It could do the damage. Crims is up in the window. Got a teammate holding onto the tunnels in Alex, and Poison's with him. So they're just trying to trap Eternal Fire in here. They're trying to have as many players go down to the bomb as possible. You know, not playing to win this round, but trying to set themselves up for success in the future. And I like this realization out of Poison. Wrapping through the lower tunnels, even more damage into Alex they go, but he's cleared out. Crims is chasing them down, and they managed to all get away. Oh, that's funny.
That's really sick.
But Eternal Fire, yeah, dude, no, that was like they very, very quickly realized what Fnatic were doing, what the game plan was, and yeah, can't argue with that. Look at them all.
What a clear for Woxic as well. He checks that T-spawn box. Like that's out of nowhere. Great awareness. And yeah, Emor the jump scare when you don't clear your mid corner, but it's still fine past that point. The eco goes nowhere for Fnatic. Coming in with an AWP on Crims. He's playing a long spawn. There's a lot of flashes though, blinded. Can he give that back to Poison? He's trying to run away in case Eternal Fire hound him down, but the patience how long is there. They just stick to their guns. Bomb's still back in spawn. Crim says, nah, mate, I'm an AWPer now. It's mine. He's got no armor, though, so that's the reason he sticks with it. Wouldn't expect to see this guy running the AWP, but it's nice because Poison's right by him. So if Crims does just die, they're going to swap it back anyway. Oh, Alex, he's very hungry. xFloud chews him down and spits him out. It's a opening kill for Eternal Fire. And once Fnatic have started making plays in these 5-on-5s, it has been less effective, right? Definitely been feeding the beast of Eternal Fire, and they've been abusing this B-bomb, so they're going to go back to it. Xbox Smoke will keep Crims here, but he is going to get that spot up middle now that he's got cover from lower, so it's going to give Fnatic early warning. Mezzi can get positioned. He is a superb anchor, but this should be too much to ask.
Yeah, he's going to need to do so well when he's all alone, no support nearby, and with him dead right away, Eternal Fire, this is their round. Even with the smoke spam, it still isn't going to entice you to go for this one. And Eternal Fire, you know, they've kind of found their exploit here, their ability to just keep getting into this B site time and time again. You know, rifle rounds, eco rounds, it's all the same to Eternal Fire when they're going B.
Yeah, and because they keep getting 5-on-4s or 5-on-3s, because the Fnatic's pushing, it's even freer, right? It's literally just Mezzi, who's not made any aggressive plays this entire map. It's more been like Pepsaw on long or Alex in middle. And so, yeah, Mezzi's just been put in these very, very hard spots.
And dude,
where
that kind of sucks for Mezzi, because it's like he's not actually doing anything wrong. But at the same time, you look at it and you go, well, you're not getting anyone in the B holds, mate. Do better. And it's like, well, it's easy to say that when
you're triple flashed in a 1v5 with a fan mass.
And y'all have put me in a 4-on-5 anyway. You know, like, oh, just kind of a rough spot for him to be in, because he's normally a very, very reliable anchor player, right? If we end up going the distance and get to overpass, he kind of finds himself in this like rotate role between A and B, and he can literally anchor both bomb sites on that map
at the same time.
An astonishing level. And yeah, at the same time, it feels like he's a very, very mobile kind of guy there.
Oh dear, full blind. Alex takes long back. This is a cross for Fnatic. They want to fight for the control. They've often conceded it with utility for Eternal Fire, but they've got the numbers in the right place right now. Pepsaw hits a headshot. He's going to get Molly, but there's so much room in that pit. He swings with a flash. Lots more damage. Pepsaw is winning this round right now. Alex comes in with a second, and suddenly it's just Woxic in seconds. Eternal Fire have been shut out of this round. An undoable 1-on-5, and Alex is coming in for the closer. He never gives you the room, this guy. 5 up for Fnatic, and 5 rounds as well. It's more like it. And that's only going to push Eternal Fire back into these defaults, because go back for a long take, which should be your bread and butter on the T side, and they just get slammed.
Yeah, nice to see Pepsaw having a bit of a round, right? one of the kind of less talked about academy player alumni coming in from Fnatic Rising.
I think, you know, less talked about for a reason. Hasn't, you know, he's more of a supportive player, not really a star like, you know, the Monacies or the Torchies or, well, a lot of those
JDCs.
Yeah, a lot of those players are Orphers, all of them. Oh, that's something. Double down in middle for Cribs. He plays the other side. He's usually on right, but he's all right this time. Woxic makes it up, Cat with a flash, but Alex. Oh, the timing of that drop. If he stayed on it, probably would have killed xFloud. Instead, Eternal Fire have bludgeoned their way back into this round.
Yeah, they're up cap, and they're lobbing all this util in, but they are smoked off themselves, and I think this is going to come back down to a B play if Calix gets this open. However, as he hasn't had many chances at these kind of 1v1s, these swing 1v1s that decide the fate of the round, and that's where he's going to do his best work. Knocking Calix out, leaving it all on Woxic, and Poison bests him in the head-to-head.
Yeah, Poison's waking up, right? Like his first AWP, he's 3 and 8. Harry, give him time. I think you know, we're gonna have a Poison show on the T side. I think Fnatic are gonna use him for a lot of opening kills. Something Woxic hasn't really given us too much on this T side yet. The first AWP for Poison, he peaked mid. He won that AWP head-to-head. He's just not been, you know, giving up rounds. He's just been playing safe. And think about these A plays. They've often just been decided by Fnatic on Cat or on Long. It's not like we've had Poison on the car hitting those cross shots. We've just not had that chance, really, for Poison. You're looking at me like I'm saying something so wrong.
No, I don't know. He's
3 and 8, Harry. Yeah, sure, but you know, Fnatic are coming back.
I'm still gonna need to just see a little more out of him before I use the words "waking up."
Let's talk about
I still think he's had a bit of a rough go at it thus far.
Let's talk about Issa.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, you know, I mean, no. The only reason I'm looking at it is I feel like he's actually had a good few opportunities to make this AWP work, and still it's kind of fallen on deaf ears. And I just hold him to a really quite high standard because of the precedent he's kind of set for himself since joining this Fnatic squad. So I think we need a lot more out of him if they want this to be a safe game. 3 and 8 just simply kind of isn't good enough, so hopefully that kill onto Woxic to close out that last round, that can be a bit of a confidence boost. Let's wait and see. Alex gets out in top mid, Antares on the receiving end of that. And Crims donning the big green, gonna make it look pretty. Emor dead. Crims having a phenomenal day in the office.
I was waiting for it. He is nuts. No wonder he's second AWPing. He had that one round with the AWP, didn't even kill anyone. It's just like, yeah, I like this gun. I want to play this again. Fnatic, they got the money for it going into last round of the half. So, yeah, perfectly fine investment, and he puts it to use. 2 picks in middle. Emor, very quiet game. 3 kills, though, so he is waking up. Alex behind the box. Crims has been here a lot, but Eternal Fire haven't actually seen that position be used. They're going to go up Cat, but this is so split with a player down mid. I mean, what are they hoping for Calix? Maybe he gets his kill. Alex not clearing it. Nice stuff, but there's a second player. Mezzy won't trade. He thought there was a commit. He's going to swing late, and he almost caught Calix with nades out. Oh, he gets a chance to lob a flash or a smoke and run away. Crossing in. They've ducked under the barrel of ore, the scope of the AWP rather. Poison doesn't know they're in the bomb site. They've been caught off guard. Great flashbang, and Poison's gone. Pepsol needs to save the round, and he can. Solo dolo on the bomb site. Woxic trying to fight him back. Cross from Calix, and Woxic finishes the job. Both players constricted to CT and steps heard, so Woxic's eyes are on the prize.
Oh, Messi has snuck up very, very deep towards the ramp. Oh, they just saw him. Calix gets that info, and it's a clean tap. Crims now freaking out because he's got an AWP in the 1v2, taking the USP out and realizing that this one might be screwed.
Get right.
Try the lineup, peek from short, and there's Woxic, the actual man, to steal that one away. Beautiful scenes.
Yeah, sick round. I don't know how Eternal Fire win that 3-on-5. That was gnarly. Right back in with Calix lurking mid. I thought, honestly, a lurk with only 2 players taking the cats away and that double long setup would not work. But not only does Calix kill the flank of Alex, but that crouch play. They get right under the skin of fnatic into the bomb site. I take it all back. Poison has no idea. He's clueless. Woxic going for the long pick. Will miss.
Yeah, you know, that round there, the literal definition of caught sleeping, right? Like they just creep under his scope. That's kind of,
well, yeah. I
you know,
I don't know how you're supposed to counter that.
No,
you know, as a Poison apologist, I will say that much.
No, I mean, you know, it was a really, really nice call for Eternal Fire.
Very sneaky, very cheeky. Poison eats a nade. Poison eats another nade. Poison eats a molly from his teammate, but it's fine because fnatic, they don't know it yet, but this is a B crunch.
Yeah, out into middle for Xantares. The rest of the gang are all coming in through the tunnels. If he's able to even get a bit of pressure out through mid, he's going to divert a lot of eyeballs away.
Uh-oh. This round is
it gets a bit awkward. Xantares!
Oh, what?
Spam through the smoke!
He jumped him. He saw him. And this, how do you win? How do you win this, Harry? You don't, really.
Well, hang on a moment. What if they push control and they walk up short? Poison. They do have to get past Poison, who's playing the AWP drop down. Playing the AWP drop down. The AWP's drop down. It's out of there. And, oh, he's dead. Luckily enough, you know, he's kind of soaking up shots long enough for Alex to deal with the rest of Eternal Fire. It's left on Woxic, who nails that opener. He's still going to offer up more. With so little time, dropping in a CT, now trying to fight his way into the A site. They're giving him the peaks. Oh, if he had maybe 10 more seconds, I think there's a world where he can do something there. He was feeling it, he was believing. But ultimately, you know, time, the enemy of us all, here 6 seconds as he's running up the CT ramp. So, yeah, that was never meant to be a Woxic round.
All right, Poison hit the snooze key and he rolled back over in bed, Harry. It's not looking great for the CTAWP. That much has to be said. But, you know, there's a second half for a reason. And at least his team is stepping up. Alex has good comms right now. Crims is playing lights out. You know, Mezzi, towards the end of the half, when he stopped getting left in solo holds on the B-bomb site, was putting up kills. He diverted Eternal Fire out of that B rush and, you know, made them bail. Alex helped with that spam to the mid player. But 8-round half, very good T side. No complaints for Eternal Fire. Could have been a lot more, however. Double mid phase, similar to how fnatic did this on the pistol. Eternal Fire will also peel. Xantares, this angle is horrible, but he seems so assured. Peps over the P2, Schmitty. Dropped over by Crims. Impressive that Crims gives it over. I mean, he's having a hell of a game, but you want your Kevlar player on that. Not only is it great for one taps, but that armor pen can chunk CTs. Right now, Eternal Fire, they don't CTs, but they're about to. Coming around this corner on long. Alex hoping for something aggressive at B, but the rest of fnatic got to make this play. Woxic caught in the open, will escape to this double setup alongside Calyx. Here comes a P2, can't hit a thing. That's a beautiful kill for Calyx. fnatic with double long smokes, they're going to go.
Yeah, it's pretty labored though. They don't really like this with the USPs fighting from the site over the smoke. You know, it scared them out of it. It spooked them out of it. And so Alex is going to try and take room at B. However, there's 2 here. Alex will deal with the first. They're flooding him though. Double push through the B doors, and suddenly you can't go B anymore, fnatic. Down into lower. It's a tour de dust as they go from long to T-spawn to B to lower. Back up the cat, and now with only 20 seconds, it's all falling apart. Who would have thought that this wasn't the way to do it? Molly on short. Mezzi's actually stopped his own push.
No
Crims is trying to open up a replay, but once again, it isn't time. It doesn't really matter what Mezzi does here. It's a done deal. Eternal Fire win the pistol.
Clean pistol for no one involved.
No.
Yeah.
Eternal
I
Fire,
like
actually, phenomenal pistol.
I like how they chase down Alex there in B, right? They know that after Calix gets the info over the long smokes, that, okay, fnatic failed. They don't want to fight our USPs, like you said. And they realize Alex, yeah, he's got an MB, he's got to kill. The only way we lose this round is if Alex sets up and lets his team come in. So they just chase through doors, they kill Alex, and fnatic know they can't enter B. They've already been pushed out of A, and they just get stuck in middle with 10 seconds. You could have made an argument to not even fight that player in spawn, just to make him save his Glock. But nothing wrong with that. Eternal Fire close it with a triple peak. Quite a messy pistol, Harry. Safe to say.
I mean, I still think like Eternal Fire kind of deserve all the credit because it only looks so ridiculous, it only looks so silly because Eternal Fire countered it every single turn. Yeah. Like, peeking over those A smokes with the USP was actually a really great decision from Calix, putting the fear in them. Ooh. Oh, missed Xbox smoke. Yeah, you know, that's kind of awkward. You think right now you're giving this illusion that you're going up cat, but no one's actually in mid going up cat, so fnatic don't know that they've missed this smoke.
Luckily, Eternal Fire don't know either. It's B rush.
Here they come. X-Cloud. Oh. One kill. Oh dear, well, he's turning, waiting for flashes. Not the time, not the place. Luckily enough, Emo's here to hold the line, trying his best, and he's good for the frags. Now he's got rotations coming through, and Eternal Fire, they're very, very quick to deal with that B pop.
It's not pretty, but it gets the job done. That's all that matters. Emo somehow lives through the Tech 9 spam and even just drops a smoke to let his team come in. Keeping 3 alive is big there for Eternal Fire. Keeping rifles active means they don't need to constantly rebuy, and their money is going to be good in the start of this CT half. It's going to get better before it gets worse. Full eco for fnatic, just Deegs and P250s. So it should be 11-7. This is starting to piece together. It's all going to be on this first gun round for fnatic in the follow-up. Combo on long, smoke flash, keeps fnatic back, and they hope for aggression. Not getting any of it right now.
Oh. Yeah, you know, it's just pistols, fighting guns. And even though Pepsaw does land a nice Deeg shot over towards middle. Oh, Alex, that was a chance to do something. But it will just sail right on by. Kind of brutal there. Dude, I mean, your heart's got to go out to Crims, you know, like, guys sat 21-9. Next nearest on his team at 11. It's a rough place to find yourself. fnatic need to turn this around pretty quickish, or else Eternal Fire looks set to run away with Dust2 to open up this series. I would still say that if Eternal Fire are going to win this, part of me really does believe it's going to happen across all 3 maps, across a 3-map series. But honestly, I've been kind of underwhelmed by a lot of fnatic here. So much of this kind of... I mean, the AWP fight has just been null and void, right? Like, Woxic, he's certainly had more moments than Poison, but they've both been fairly quiet. Mezzy, I think, was put in a bad place a lot with the Bianca role and having to do that solo in, like, 4v5s a lot on the CT side. I don't think that's helped him warm into this by any margin. Pepsaw was someone who was kind of giving away some of those early picks in the first half. He did have a couple of nice rounds, some good synergy between him and Alex, but he's already been tagged by Woxic's AWP. And so, you know, like this first rifle round, like already this kind of CT AWP from Woxic has applied more pressure than Poison did through a lot of that first half, and we're literally, you know, into our first rifle.
Yeah.
Already, you know, it's had a bit of an implication here where it's slowed fnatic down. It's made them reconsider. Woxic trying to set up his teammate at long with the flashes. Doesn't go peeking off the back of it. Calix and Woxic looking to play this one together. Calix has drawn the attention in. He's got players trapped at the blue bin. But if Woxic does try to swing this to help, He might find himself in hot water. Poison. There we go. Okay, 1 kill. It's a trade. It's a 2-for-1. However, he's dead. And that's the bomb now dropped on the long side.
There's just
For
no
Messi
time.
and Crims, they've got 10 seconds to drop and try to just frag out. That's really the only way they can win this. Too slow, too labored, and Eternal Fire keep it clean. Up 12-7.
That's a really solid hold on long for Woxic and Calyx, right? Woxic, he's scoped on the doors, and Calyx is jumping left and right. So all Pepsol sees is a player just throwing themselves through that gap. He is essentially forced to peek that to try and kill him, and Woxic just tags early. And then even then, Woxic not re-peeking Poison is solid. Calyx doesn't need help, right? He wins both his fights at long before Poison trades him. And at that point, the long corner smoke thrown on the fly for Poison has a huge gap. And he tries to peek Calyx with it, the site player, but Woxic just denies it. And that's the round, simple as that. Don't get the bomb up long, and there are the problems for Fnatic rearing their head on this T side. We said it was going to be so reliant on the first gunny. Well, the first gunny goes nowhere, Harry. Not a contest. And no money now for the T's. So Eternal Fire, they're poised in their map pick. Getting a great showing out of pretty much everyone on Eternal Fire. Emor, he had a very slow first half. He had like 3 kills deep in, but solid. Behold in the one round that they've rushed B in this half. And he's brought it back. He's trying to go positive. Crims, remember when he was 19-5? Doesn't really matter now anymore. He needs to win a round for his team because no one else is stepping up to the plate. This is a bit of a shambles for Fnatic, Harry.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what's happened right now. You know, like this doesn't feel like Fnatic at 100% at all. I still think Eternal Fire have more room to grow as well, and that is kind of worrying for me, right? The fact that I don't think we're necessarily getting the A game out of the team that's even in the lead right now. I think they're kind of building up into this series, and they've at least got that going for them. For Fnatic, it's just been kind of one jarring motion into the next.
Yeah, it's just so many options, and obviously we're one gun round in. They haven't tried much, so it feels like the world is your oyster if you're Eternal Fire. And so they can crack it open and get a pearl.
Something I'll say.
Clams. Do oysters have pearls?
I know. No, I think it's clams. Oysters are like
delicious.
They're filled with just flesh.
Oh, tasty.
Right?
Oyster flesh. All right, desperate B play.
Trying to pad those stats, my man.
Not a clean molly.
Smoking. No rushing this. If you're Fnatic, just going to have to respect it. Just going to have to let that one sit. They're going to try and go lower, but this will leave them in the prying eyes of Woxic AWP.
They're boosting.
Boost up. Looking for it. Well, they want it.
Trying to, yeah.
There we go. Boost for the... Hang on.
Oh, he hit that. He hit that, and Xantares finishes the job. Mezzi's here with a scout, the nade. He can't avoid them. They're coming for him. That's the 3rd nade of the round, and he will get blown apart. Nice shot for Alex, but it might not mean much in this round. Push on long. Pepsol stop looking. A taste of his own medicine by Calyx, and Alex in a 1v4.
Gotta say, you know, I do like that Xantares and Calyx back in Space Soldiers were always such an incredible duo. Hang on, we'll let this play out. There we go. They were always such an incredible duo, right? Yeah. And like very much so, those were like the 2 guys you kind of looked at to make that team great. It's so, you know, like the real fanboy in me from like a few years ago of that team, it still loves that like there is this level of synergy and interplay between the 2 of them, and so often they do feel like difference makers for this this Eternal Fire squad. So, you know, I do just kind of want to draw attention to that. They're both sat like top of the board for their team. Xfloud bringing it up in the 3rd place. I think should be pretty happy with how he's been anchoring this B bomb site, right? Doing what Mezzi was really struggling to do in that first half. Out towards middle for Fnatic. Pretty slow, pretty measured. Long's been taken by Eternal Fire. Gonna drop the hinge smoke in. Gives them passage up onto the short side.
Yeah, already half on poison. I mean, I don't see A way back in for this guy at this point. Flash on Cat. Got an anti-flash player. No way! Emo doubles up. Messi had just turned back to check it, and that's when it pops. Couldn't be worse timing. Or better, depending on whose side you're on. And now Galaxy feels so free. Again, Pepsel might just get pushed in the back from this long flank. He goes back to check it. Galaxy still wins the fight. He is solid as well. And yeah, just disengage, go back to long. You might have already won this round. No reason to make it hard on yourself. A 5-on-2 where Fnatic don't have options. It's Emor's attempt to get aggressive. And with this smoking B, they know there's some rumbling in the tunnels. If the orb doesn't do it, then this flank certainly will. Fnatic are already out. That's a quick shot for Woxic. Poison in a 1v5, and Woxic won't let him start. No shots fired by the TAWP, and no T rounds collected by Fnatic yet.
And so, Hugo, you know, what part of the sleep cycle would you say Poison's in right now?
He's deep in REM, Harry. He's getting dreams. Maybe they're even nightmares. You know, we've all been there.
Hey, dreams and nightmares. That's like a nice little CS interplay right there. Good meme.
Yeah. You know...
Not everything you say can be right.
We all make mistakes.
That's just how it is. You know, it's fine.
Look.
Little tack pause for Fnatic. Trying to figure out what's going wrong, but I don't know, man. Like,
This is an open and shut case, Harry.
Yeah, it's starting to feel that way, isn't it? Like, Eternal Fire are just on a roll. They've built up so much momentum. They're looking so clean. It feels like now they're just kind of taking it in turns, all having a little round to, like, pop off in.
I love the, like, triple aggression in that round. Like, everyone makes a play. We have the flash peek on short, then we have a long push, then we have a lower push. It's like, as soon as Fnatic think, all right, this play has stopped pushing, another one rears its head, and Eternal Fire, they are all over the board right now. Woxic getting set up on this A site. There's a double B push. Crims is lurking lower, but he's slowed down. Not to say he's been the problem. He was the solution on the CT side. He was the one guy popping off, but you know, it's what can you rely on? Good timing on that check. Crims is still clean. Can he find two? He's so ready. X-Cloud hits a blinder though. Here's that long play. Woxic, what can he do?
He started to really get warmed up on this orb. He's woken up, some would say, running amok into the A site. Fnatic moving in. Xantares hidden in this smoke will get overwhelmed by Pepe Zora. However, X-Cloud from the lower tunnels onto the catwalk is already here. And Fnatic now know they're probably walking into a very heavy lean, a very heavy stack. Scout tag, and Alex is there to trade it at least, to double up. It's all left onto Woxic. This AW needs to deliver. That's a lovely shot to find the IGL of Fnatic, and now just Messi left to beat. He's tucked in at Goose. Woxic creeping around the smoke, looking to see if he's worked his way up close. That's not the case. Still tucked. Oh, missed shot for Woxic, and so Messi responds. Fnatic are onto an 8th. They finally put up a T-side round. It's been a long time coming.
God, that was scary, though. Messi looking at long, Woxic just so close on the AWP. That smoke made him delay on his face. He didn't want to make a move in case Messi was up closer inside it, but it's still a round now found for Fnatic. Can they build off it, though, Harry, is the question. Or is it just a flash in the pan? Because Eternal Fire still have money to buy. Poison 5 and 17. He's going to beat that long pop. And there's a regression. Oh, Poison, he's moving. He can't hit it. Through the smoke, close but no cigar. And Calix smokes him. Through the smoke, Messi. Oh, sorry, Pepsor instead picks it up. Very quick in position, does double trade. Suddenly, you're believing again. X-Files won his B fight, but Fnatic fine. They're all here. They're all ready to go.
Yeah, Eternal Fire are rotating bodies over as well, but they do double swing long. They really needed to go 1-for-1 to make that happen. Gonna be left on X-Cloud now. This guy's often been anchoring B and has been like double pushed, you know, triple pushed. It's the nature of a B player. So in theory, maybe he feels right at home in a 1v2 like this. Lost control of the site, but Nade gonna go in. Damage onto Alex at an all-time high. Half health from that nade. Will that spur X-Cloud on? They're gonna play around this smoke. They know he might look to do something weird with it. With how they're set up, this should be really rough for the lone Eternal Fire player, Mezzi, swings out. And so once again, you know, it's Alex and Mezzi closing the round, but really nice stuff from Pepsor. Gotta give him credit there for even making that possible. Also, that round highlighted better than ever. I think the Poison is having a really rough day. He had 4 shots on Calix here at long, 4 opportunities to get that, and like Calix wasn't even that clean on the kill. Calix is normally far cleaner than that. It took him like a decent amount of shots from the A1S, but those are normally the moments where you can depend on Poison to deliver. Yeah. I think he's having a very rough go at it right now, and so this is where, you know, we're going to look at the list, right? So we've had a good game from Crims to open up. That's the whole reason why Fnatic are this competitive. Now we kind of have, you know, Mezzi and Alex being able to close rounds. This is where you're going to look at Pepsor, this Fnatic rising academy player that moved up into this team, who, when he joined, we kind of said, like, he's not here to be the star. He's not here to put up crazy numbers. I think he's going to have to start compensating for this quiet game out of Poison. Yeah. This is kind of the only way I see this still being at all doable for Fnatic.
Yeah, he did have a nice double on long, right? That smoke push was very, very good, catching Eternal Fire after they get the early pick. And I like how Fnatic play that 2-on-1 as well, especially when they know the last player's position. It's a safe plant, it's a bit awkward, but they both just fight on ramp together. They're not facing deep CT, but if either of them gets contact, the other one can trade. So Fnatic were poised for that CT hunt there. And yeah, this is still very one-sided, but maybe there's a chance. 2 rounds in a row for Fnatic. Trying to build back in. Crims is 5-0 in his opening fights right now. He's getting a lot of early kills, especially on that CT side, you know, winning his mid battles. Calix is 5-1 on the other side, so certainly no sleeper here for Eternal Fire. Scores on the doors.
Swift Eyes. That's pretty cool. That's actually a kind of cool nickname.
Isn't that Arrow dude in the Marvel films?
Yep, that's him. Yeah. Swift Eyes. Swift Eyes. McGravy, I think, was his full name. Yeah, wow. You know your Marvel heroes.
Yeah,
I'll tell
I
you
definitely
that
do.
much.
Yeah.
Who would you say is your favorite one?
Probably Alfred, Batman's, you know, Batman's valet driver.
Yeah, that's one of them. I like the big green goblin.
Yeah,
from the Marvel
He's big
films.
and he's green.
And he's got the iconic line, "Ooh, don't make me go goblin mode," and then and then it just starts happening, doesn't it?
Superhero movies aren't for me.
No, from what I can gather, just films aren't really up your alley.
No, I'm
kidding. No, I know. This is a really sensitive topic. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have brought this up outside the counselling office.
It wouldn't be sensitive.
I'm sorry.
If you didn't bring it up every day.
No,
you haven't even seen Breaking Bad, and you're going to try and talk smack.
Well,
like,
yeah, but
your opinion is irrelevant to me.
I saw the first few eps.
I don't care. That's like me saying, yeah, I saw half of a Lord of the Rings film. It doesn't matter. You haven't seen it. It doesn't count. And can you count, Harry? 14-9.
Where's the counting in that? Those are just 2 sets of numbers. No counting involved.
Well, it's first to 16, so I can tell you, with a maths degree, we're pretty close for Eternal Fire. We're getting back in. They got another gunny AWP on Woxic. Poison's Orb. Thoughts?
Yeah, you know, it's here, it's out, it's in the server. That much is undeniable. He's going to see what he can do with it. But as highlighted, you know, I'm going to put a bit more onus on the rest of the gang now, if I'm being honest. You know, I wouldn't be against Poison having some late game activation. He's going to have to go on one hell of a recovery story, one hell of like a hero's journey, as it were, if he did want to turn this around. So let's see what happens. Out towards long, Mezzi going to try and run at them with a Mac 10.
Oh.
However, he does get impeded by the flash. Does the running at them part, did the Mac 10 pop, didn't get any frags from it. Now Woxic, missed shot on this orb, goes back in, it's a trade. Poison with a key kill there, stops Woxic going on a bit of a tear to defend this B site, and that's one of the big ticket items out of the round. Another follow-up tag for Poison.
This is so fast. Triple flank. You may have done a 99 damage shot, but everyone is here ready to go.
Yeah, are you ready for this? Poison going to be the man responsible for tunnels, and it's going to be tricky to flush him out here. Oh, at least you'd think. Xantares wrecks him in the head-to-head. And so now Eternal Fire set up so nicely, the triple flank just runs at fnatic. They never let go of W, full speed, full confidence, and they reap the reward of it.
I love that call for Eternal Fire. It would have been easy to justify just rushing on the flank because they had such good timing there, but Poison was already posted with the AWP. What happens is Emor throws a flash for Xantares, he peeks, kills the AWPer, then the tunnels players throw the next flash. Emor, with 1 health, runs through the door, goes 1 for 1. Don't know how he gets a kill on that health, and then, you know, Eternal Fire just swing in to close the round. You couldn't have orchestrated that round better for Eternal Fire if you tried, and it's a quick retake to get them on 15 to lock fnatic out of this map. There may be no hope.
Yeah, fnatic are calling in a pause. They're going to try everything they possibly can to keep this one going, but Eternal Fire looking good to run away with their map pick. Really poised to do it. This is going to be, you know, the chance. Like, if you want to make it easy, if you want to never worry, just win it now. Because if you kind of delay it, if it gets longed out and, you know, your money gets broken, suddenly fnatic are believing, they've got AWPs in the future, you know, you can totally envision a way in which this could turn around, especially with kind of the money still being against the wall a bit for Eternal Fire. So this is the time to just keep it clean, 16-9 them, get ready to go to Inferno and try to do your damnedest there.
Oh, dinked.
Already low HP on Alex in middle. Crim running through the B site, trying to go deep. He's full blind, but still delivers that kill. Oh, he's going to make it a double. Crims has decided he's going to go back to this form we saw earlier on in the game. No respect, running down the enemy.
Oh, he's trying to stall them. Alex drops a molly. Careful, they might spread. He has to back up. That's very scary. He doesn't have much room. They double nade him. Molly, nade. And eventually Alex exits the round. It's a 3-on-2, and they've got the util for it. AWP on Woxic. He can line up these flashes as they fly in together. Nice peek for Crims. Doesn't wait around. There's the trade. Woxic, another 1v2, another chance. And this time it's for the entirety of the game. The map. 3 bullets. Got to get the reload. There's not much time. Woxic's got to go. They've swapped back. And Crims, that's a lovely play. He crossed. Woxic saw him go to the bomb site. And then Crims walks back during the reload. Last place Woxic was going to check. And that's another round out of Crims done solo. 4 kills. He has had enough. Just speeds into B with a double entry and a double closer to Boots. fnatic, they find 10. They live to fight another round.
That just kind of came out of nowhere, didn't it? Like, Crims have been having a phenomenal game. It started on such a high note, and it felt like, you know, like maybe kind of the realization that a lot of these rounds felt like all or nothing for him. Maybe started to get to him a bit. He fell off somewhat, just went a little more quiet, and then suddenly he just has this impeccable return to form when it really is one of these all or nothing rounds. A big 4K in towards B, and now Eternal Fire, their money is broken. This was the big worry, right? This was like the big, whoa, if fnatic did manage to win that round.
Did you squeeze your clown nose there or something? Whoa!
Yeah, that's not really. They're more like. That
sounded like a sheep.
Yeah, hang on. You
nice,
know,
yeah, a little better.
Sorry, it went a bit too far down the old windpipe. Xantares, top of middle, gonna get piped down by Alex, and now Poison creeping up with the AWP. There we are, nails the shot. Woxic on the receiving end.
Nice.
Another kill for Poison.
Got to get those ecos in, confidence boosters. Nice shot for Calyx, comped by Xcloud off the B push. And Calyx looks as the smokes fade, but this is a fnatic round. However you slice it. Eternal Fire, they've only got a couple of rifle rounds left in regulation, Harry, so if you want to keep coping, you can always remind yourself of that. How does neither shot hit? Calyx follows up with a wallbang headshot, Poison doesn't really get a chance there. And they want to save the AWP. They've grabbed it. Luckily, it's just in reach. So Pepsol won't be re-peeking this one. Calyx could get one more exit, perhaps. Crims jumping out. And that's 11 rounds for Fnatic. xCloud, he's got to go right at the end. He's got to go. Try and... Okay, no. Saving a CZ. Don't really see the point. I never understand when players do that. Like, you know, may as well die. Push and get a kill. Oh, there's still Eco. I was only looking at his money. That makes sense now. But, you know... I'm not on my A game.
It's fine, man.
I just saw he had 4,700. I'm like, oh, they're buying this.
Yeah, no, it's kind of understandable. You know, like you just paid attention to one detail instead of all the details, which technically, I mean, is your job. Like, but it's fine.
Just over my eyes, I guess. Still, he could have bought a pistol in this round anyway.
So
I would have gone for it.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. Right. So little tack timeout before you head into this one for your Eternal Fire. At a bare minimum, you know, he's got a bit more fight in him in terms of the util. He's got himself an Incendiary, a Smoke, Armor now behind the CZ. It's kind of just a little more convincing. Hang on. I thought he had Armor behind the CZ, doesn't he?
No, yeah.
He's actually one of the only guys who didn't buy Armor around the CZ.
Let's talk more about his CZ, I think.
Calyx did hold on to that Galil though, so let's see if that is able to play into this. xCloud dead right away. From beyond the grave, he burns Alex out.
All worth it. Big Molly kill. Double B push being held by Mezzy, but he just leaves as Eternal Fire get there. Now they can set up on the big wrap. Foot long coming in. Oh, there's a gun in spawn. Mezzy's trying to patrol it, but he might miss it. Woxic still running though. Oh, the walk, it couldn't be better timed. He has got a rifle and he has amazing timing. This is a massive mistake and Fnatic are going to pay the price. Mezzy gone. Got to be so confused about how Woxic is there just as he left the angle. And this could be an eco win.
I imagine if a Galil left in spawn is what costs you the game. This is crazy now. This is super peculiar. Fnatic try to get up in towards the A site. The first fight won by Pepsol, but at what cost? He's tagged down low. Poison's having to fight him with a P250, and it is good for the first. And Torres doubles up, and now it's only Crims. Guys had a great game, a great map, and he's got to keep on delivering. 1v1 versus Woxic. The Galil is gone. Crims is clean on the tap. And so the comeback is still coming through. Crims will do everything to keep Dust2 dreams going.
As soon as you realize it's Crims in the clutch, you have a little more faith, don't you? That is a banging shot for Crims to keep this map alive after a massive mistake almost cost them everything. The reason they're not throwing that Galil out is they're sitting around in T-spawn so long, but I don't think Woxic could have timed his flank better. Still red on the cat repeat. Crims, experienced play coming through. Eternal Fire, they want mid. They've smoked the top of it. But it's only a ruse, it's only a rumble. No one's taking any space. Apart from Long, which is controlled. AWP in this round on Woxic, and that's posted on the corner, allowing Calyx to sit back. Double B hold. Fnatic given a lot of room in this round. Alex is going to be pleased with that once he realizes. Can throw whatever he wants. Can fake things out, take cat, drop back to mid to B. Eternal Fire using their util, and they've got a lot of it. I'm going to save some for a retake. Often these rounds have come down to B retakes. They set up again. Woxic just posted while Calyx jumps, but no one at long. Pepsol is with the pack. Fnatic will take cat.
Good time to try and throw one of these little lay execs in. Right, you don't have real estate anywhere else. You're fully lost long. You don't know what's happening in the tunnels. So, you know, this is probably the call that they had. They feel like they have to make, right? Their hands are kind of tied in this one. Util's going to go in. Eternal Fire was starting to pull a player away from A, but he's now reconsidered. Come back in. Antares and Woxic fighting side by side to try and hold on to this. Antares actually gets fed to the walls. Woxic has to back on up, and the timing on this util pull is so awkward. The flash to try set up Calyx, good for the first. Now the attention of Fnatic divided. They're split between short, they're split between long. They're getting wrapped up the wrap. They're sandwiched. They should be done for. It's only Crims. and he's mowed down. This time, no heroics left in him. And so Eternal Fire, they will lock in their map pick eventually. Dust2 going their way, and now 1-0 up in this Elim series.
Yeah, that's a nice shutdown for Eternal Fire. There was some scary rounds, we'll say, as Fnatic picked up pace on T side, but Eternal Fire will close out their map pick. Inferno is next as well. You know, some really good signs for Eternal Fire. Some pop-off rounds from pretty much everyone.